Welcome to Weir Reading Virtual Storytime for February 9th, 2026, Part 2. Today's theme is Chocolate Day. A Snout for Chocolate by Dennis Cazet. Grandma closed Barney's bedroom door softly. Grandpa poured himself another cup of coffee. "How's my favorite grandpup doing?" he asked. "Better," said Grandma. "Dr. Storkmeyer says he needs plenty of rest." "What he needs," said Grandpa, "is another one of my famous anti-itch chickenpox stories." Grandma held up a bucket. "Windows," she said. "Windows?" asked Grandpa. "Windows," said Grandma. "You said you'd wash them today." "That was before Barney got the chickenpox," said Grandpa. "He's resting," said Grandma. "You can't do two things at once. You're not as young as you used to be." "Nobody is as young as they used to be," said Grandpa. Grandma raised her right eyebrow. "Windows," she said. She handed Grandpa the bucket and pointed at the door. "Windows first, story second." Grandpa sighed. Grandpa carried the bucket out to the garage and filled it with soapy water. He looked at the ladder. He looked at the bucket of soapy water. He looked up at Barney's window. Grandpa smiled. "Ha!" he said. "Who says I can't do two things at the same time?" Grandpa carried the ladder back to the house. Grandpa climbed up and opened Barney's window. "Grandpa," said Barney, "what are you doing?" "Shh," said Grandpa. "I'm washing windows." Grandpa washed the window. "Done," he said. "How are you feeling?" "Itchy," said Barney. "Time for one of my famous anti-itch stories," said Grandpa. "Be careful, Grandpa," said Barney. "Ladders can be dangerous." "Not for a fireman," said Grandpa. "Did I ever tell you about the time I saved Mrs. Piggerman's life?" "You mean Mrs. Piggerman who lives next door?" Barney asked. "Yep," said Grandpa. "We got the call at lunchtime." A Snout for Chocolate. Once upon a time, in the olden days, when Grandma washed her own windows, I was the fire chief. We were sitting around the firehouse when the phone rang. A voice said, "Help me, help me." "Who is this?" I asked. "Miss Icky Man," said the voice. "Icky Man?" I said. "You're an icky man?" "No!" shouted the voice. Doc Storkmeyer listened. "Who is this?" he asked. "Miss Icky Man, I uck." "Piggerman," said Doc. "It's Mrs. Piggerman, and she's uck." "Hurry!" cried Mrs. Piggerman. I sounded the alarm. Sirens wailed. Red lights blinked. 2 fire engines and an ambulance roared to the Piggerman's place. Strangely, when we got there, we didn't see any smoke. I sent the boys around back to check out the house. Doc and I went up to the front door. It was open. We went in. There was a pile of candy wrappers on a little table. "Lunch?" I said. "Shh," said Doc. "Listen." Someone was calling softly. It sounded like, "Help me, help me." It was coming from the kitchen. We looked. Mrs. Piggerman was in the refrigerator. At least part of her was in the refrigerator. The front half was in the refrigerator. The big half was still in the kitchen. Mrs. Piggerman's head was in the freezer. Her snout was stuck to a frozen box of chocolates. Doc looked at me. I looked at Doc. "She's stuck," I said. "How are we going to get her out?" "Hammer," said Doc. "Help," said Mrs. Piggerman. "Blowtorch," I said. "Help! Help!" said Mrs. Piggerman. Doc found a hairdryer. I blew hot air across Mrs. Piggerman's nose. The ice started to melt. "Get ready," I yelled. "She's coming loose." "Ooh, hot on me O's," Mrs. Piggerman shouted. "Froze," I said. I turned up the heat. "Help! Help!" cried Mrs. Piggerman. "Timber!" someone yelled. "Move her out," Doc shouted. It would have been easier to move the refrigerator. It took all of us to get her out of the house and down the steps. After a few minutes in the sun, the box of chocolates slid off her nose. I passed the chocolate around. Mrs. Piggerman jumped up and snatched the box away. "Mine!" she yelled. She stomped into the house and slammed the door. "Wow," said Barney. "I don't know why she was so mad," said Grandpa. "Doc Storkmeyer ate all the creams. All I got were those chewy things that stick to your teeth." "You'd think she'd be more grateful," said Barney. "You'd think so," said Grandpa. "How are the itches?" "Getting better," said Barney. "It's my anti-itch story," said Grandpa. "Did I ever tell you about the time Doc Storkmeyer and I got lost in the jungle?" "No," said Barney. "Yep," said Grandpa. "Doc Storkmeyer got his head shrunk by cannibals." "Shrunk?" asked Barney. "Shrunk," said Grandpa. "Shrunk to the size of a cranberry." "Wow," said Barney. "Tell me." "Well, once upon a time." Suddenly, the door opened. Grandpa ducked down. Barney grabbed a comic book. Grandma came in and sat by the window. "I made some cocoa," she said. "This will make you feel better." "Thank you," said Barney. Grandma smiled. "I made myself one too," she said. Barney looked at the tray. There was a third cup on it. "Who's that one for?" he asked. Grandma picked up the cup and held it out the window. "Guess who?" she said. The end. We're going to make a paper plate pig, and what you'll need is some paint. I'm using pink, a paintbrush, and a glue stick. You could also use regular glue if you want, but I just use the glue stick. And your craft to go kit includes all this fun cutout stuff here, a paper plate. These are the hooves on the bottom. The ears, the snout, and whoops, there he is, the eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint this paper plate pink, or whatever color you want to. I'm using pink. And then we're going to glue the little parts on. So, we get all this out of the way. And I'm trying to decide which side to use. I think I'm going to use the flat side because it'll be easier to get the ears to stick on. So what you're just going to do is go ahead and paint the whole paper plate. Well, this pink is a lot brighter than the ears and stuff, but you do what you can. So I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and then I'll come back and we'll glue. My plate's all covered with paint, so the next thing I'm going to do is glue on the parts. I'm going to glue the ears first. You can do it in any order you'd like, but I'm gluing the ears first. And I'm just putting some at the bottom. And I'm going to stick them on there. Careful not to get paint on your fingers. And I'm going to do the eyeballs. There's two eyes. Big piggy snout. And then we have to get his little hooves on. I'm just going to put him at the very bottom. There's one. And there's two. And you just got to let it dry and you'll have a paper plate piggy.